In the heart of Atlanta's nightlife, what was supposed to be a chill evening turned into a full-blown disaster that no one saw coming. Cameras were rolling, bottles were popping, and fans were screaming when chaos suddenly erupted inside the club, and it all centered around Lil Scrappy, Kirk Frost, and Young Jock. Reports claim fists flew. Security rushed in, and somebody ended up bleeding before police even arrived. But what really triggered this wild fight? Was it jealousy, hidden beef, or something much deeper from their love and hip-hop history? Because when this footage leaked online, it didn't just show a fight, it exposed friendships, betrayals, and a whole lot of secrets these men never wanted public, and the way Lil Scrappy lost control. It's got the entire internet talking. Stay tuned, because by the end of this story, you'll realize this wasn't just another brawl. This was the moment that changed Atlanta's hip-hop. Brotherhood forever. It all started with what was supposed to be a laid-back night out in Atlanta. The energy inside the nightclub was wild, music blasting, champagne flowing, and everyone dressed to kill. Lil Scrappy, Kirk Frost, and Young Jock were spotted in the VIP section, laughing and taking shots, looking like they were finally putting their past drama behind them. For a brief moment, it looked like the old crew was back together. The same guys who once dominated love and hip-hop. Atlanta, with their wild antics and loyalty to each other. But behind those fake smiles, tension had been building for weeks. Sources say Lil Scrappy had been frustrated with Kirk and Jock for talking sideways about him behind his back. Something about how his career had fallen. Often how he was desperate for clout. Scrappy reportedly brushed it off at first. But things reached a boiling point when someone showed him a leaked group chat where Jock and Kirk were allegedly laughing about Scrappy's latest performance. That was all it took for the Atlanta rapper to snap. Fast forward to that night. Scrappy was already in a bad mood when he walked into the club. He'd just argued with his on and off girlfriend. And rumors were swirling that Jock had been flirting with her at another event. Witnesses said Scrappy was pacing back and forth in the VIP section, muttering under his breath while Kirk tried to calm him down. But once Jock walked in, flashing that big grin and greeting the crowd like nothing was wrong, Scrappy exploded. Multiple witnesses say Scrappy confronted Jock head-on, shouting, "You think this is a joke, huh? You think I don't know what you said?" The crowd immediately went silent. Jock tried to defuse it, raising his hands and saying, "Bro, chill. We not doing this here?" But Scrappy wasn't having it. The two started yelling over the music, and before anyone could react, Scrappy swung. Security tried to rush in, but it was too late. Scrappy's punch connected, sending Jock stumbling back into the DJ booth. Bottles crashed to the floor, people started screaming, and Kirk jumped between them, trying to pull Scrappy away. But that only made things worse. Scrappy turned his anger on Kirk, shoving him back and yelling, "You fake too. You've been running your mouth just like him." Kirk's face changed instantly. Calm turned to fury. Now it was complete chaos. Club lights flashed red as more security piled in, trying to break them apart. Jock was bleeding from the mouth, yelling that he wasn't the one who started it, while Kirk was threatening to end this once and for all. Cell phones were out everywhere, recording the madness. Within minutes, videos of the brawl were already circulating online, showing Scrappy being dragged out by security while still yelling over the music. The clip went viral fast, millions of views within hours. Fans were stunned. Some said it was just another LHHATL stunt, but insiders confirmed it was very real. Producers from the show reportedly weren't even there, and the fight wasn't part of any filming. This was personal. By the end of the night, police had been called to the scene, though no arrests were made. Scrappy left before they arrived, while Jock and Kirk stayed behind to talk to officers. Word quickly spread that Scrappy's anger wasn't just about insults. There was something much deeper. Some say it had to do with loyalty, while others believe a secret about money, or even a woman pushed Scrappy over the edge. Whatever it was, one thing was clear. That night changed everything. The brotherhood between these three men was shattered in front of the whole world, and the fallout was just beginning. Because once the footage went viral, people started picking sides, and that's when the drama really exploded. By the next morning, social media was on fire. Every blog, gossip page, and fan account was posting different angles of the fight. Some clips showed Lil Scrappy throwing the first punch. Others caught Kirk trying to break it up before things spiraled out of control. And one video now with over 5 million views captured young Jock yelling, "You been jealous, bro?" as security dragged Scrappy away. The internet went wild, dissecting every frame. Hashtags like #Scrappy vs JOC and #ATL Club Fight trended for hours. Fans flooded the comments with split opinions, some defending Scrappy for standing up for himself, while others accused him of being bitter and broke. But what people didn't realize was that this wasn't just some drunken club brawl. The fight was the result of months of tension that had been simmering beneath the surface. And now, all the ugly truth was coming out. Insiders close to the cast said the fallout started weeks ago, when Scrappy felt left out of the circle after Jock and Kirk landed new brand deals tied to love and hip-hop, allegedly. They'd started filming without him and didn't tell him about a side project. The network was planning something that would have been a major money move. To Scrappy, it felt like betrayal. He'd helped put Atlanta's cast on the map, but now seemed like his so-called brothers were cutting him out for good. Then came the gossip. According to multiple sources, Jock had been spreading rumors about Scrappy's finances, saying he was down bad and trying too hard to stay relevant. Scrappy heard it from a friend who also showed him screenshots of a private chat where Jock allegedly joked, "Ain't nobody checking for Scrap no more unless he fighting." That line reportedly stuck with Scrappy for days. And when he saw Jock laughing and joking in the club like nothing happened, he couldn't control the anger any longer. But what really shocked fans was the footage from the moments after the fight, which leaked online hours later. It showed Jock and Kirk sitting outside the club surrounded by police lights, with Jock visibly shaken. "He really tried to take my head off, bro," Jock said to Kirk, clutching a towel against his lip. And for what? For speaking facts. Kirk didn't respond at first, just shook his head and said quietly, "This ain't the way we used to handle things." Fast forward to that night. Scrappy was already in a bad mood when he walked into the club. He'd just argued with his on and off girlfriend, and rumors were swirling that Jock had been flirting with her at another event. Witnesses said Scrappy was pacing back and forth in the VIP section, muttering under his breath while Kirk tried to calm him down. But once Jock walked in, flashing that big grin and greeting the crowd like nothing was wrong, Scrappy exploded. Multiple witnesses say Scrappy confronted Jock head-on, shouting, "You think this is a joke, huh? You think I don't know what you said?" The crowd immediately went silent. Jock tried to defuse it, raising his hands and saying, "Bro, chill. We not doing this here?" But Scrappy wasn't having it. The two started yelling over the music, and before anyone could react, Scrappy swung. Security tried to rush in, but it was too late. Scrappy's punch connected, sending Jock stumbling back into the DJ booth. Bottles crashed to the floor, people started screaming, and Kirk jumped between them, trying to pull Scrappy away. But that only made things worse. Scrappy turned his anger on Kirk, shoving him back and yelling, "You fake too. You've been running your mouth just like him." Kirk's face changed instantly. Calm turned to fury. Now it was complete chaos. Club lights flashed red as more security piled in, trying to break them apart. Jock was bleeding from the mouth, yelling that he wasn't the one who started it, while Kirk was threatening to end this once and for all. Cell phones were out everywhere, recording the madness. Within minutes, videos of the brawl were already circulating online, showing Scrappy being dragged out by security while still yelling over the music. The clip went viral fast, millions of views within hours. Fans were stunned. Some said it was just another LHHATL stunt, but insiders confirmed it was very real. Producers from the show reportedly weren't even there, and the fight wasn't part of any filming. This was personal. This was personal. By the end of the night, police had been called to the scene, though no arrests were made. Scrappy left before they arrived, while Jock and Kirk stayed behind to talk to officers. Word quickly spread that Scrappy's anger wasn't just about insults. There was something much deeper. Some say it had to do with loyalty, while others believe a secret about money, or even a woman pushed Scrappy over the edge. The clip humanized them both. For the first time, people saw the aftermath, the exhaustion, the regret, the confusion. It wasn't about fame or clout anymore. It was about friendship gone wrong. Still, Scrappy wasn't backing down. Later that day, he jumped on Instagram Live, looking angry and unapologetic. "You can't keep playing with my name and expect me to stay quiet," Scrappy said, pacing around his living room. "I done broke bread with these dudes. I done stood by them when everybody else turned they back. And this how they repay me. Nah, I ain't built for fake love." Thousands tuned in, leaving fiery comments. Some told him to let it go, others hyped him up, saying Jock and Kirk had it coming. But the most surprising reaction came from Bambi, Scrappy's ex-wife, who dropped a shady comment under a blog post saying, "Same man who starts drama everywhere he goes. Maybe the problem ain't everybody else." That comment sent fans into a frenzy. People started dragging Bambi for kicking a man when he's down, while others agreed with her, calling Scrappy toxic and impulsive. Jock, meanwhile, tried to take the high road, posting a vague message that read, "Real men don't fight in clubs. They handle things in private." But just when things seemed to be cooling off, new footage surfaced showing Jock and Kirk back in the same club 2 nights later. The vibe was tense but calm, till fans noticed something chilling in the background. A familiar face, standing by the exit, wearing a hoodie pulled low. It was Lil Scrappy. The comments section exploded instantly. "He's back for round 2. This ain't over." The situation was spiraling, and insiders began to fear things were about to take a dangerous turn. Because behind all the viral clips and fan theories, one thing had become crystal clear. This wasn't just entertainment anymore. Something deep, personal, and possibly irreversible had broken between these men. And no amount of apologies or PR statements could fix it. The next move, everyone knew, would determine whether this feud ended in peace or pure chaos. By the time the weekend hit, the city of Atlanta was buzzing. Everyone from club promoters to radio hosts was talking about the Lil Scrappy, Young Jock and Kirk Frost fight. Every podcast episode, YouTube Live, and gossip blog had a source claiming to know what really happened. But the truth, as it turns out, was even messier than anyone thought. According to a witness who spoke anonymously, Scrappy hadn't planned on fighting that night, but when he saw Kirk Frost laughing with Jock, something inside him snapped. They said Scrappy had been drinking, pacing near the VIP section, visibly agitated. He tried to approach Jock calmly at first, but Jock made a slick remark about fake loyalty. And that's when everything exploded. Scrappy lunged, bottles shattered, and the crowd rushed to film. But what nobody knew then was that this wasn't just about business. It was about betrayal, the kind that cuts deep when it comes from people you once called family. After the footage went viral, producers from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta called all 3 men in for a private meeting. Insiders said the energy in that room was ice cold. Scrappy sat across from Jock and Kirk, silent but furious. Jock tried to speak first, saying, "It ain't that deep, bro. We all got egos sometimes." But Scrappy interrupted, his voice shaking with anger. "You talk behind my back, you clown me on camera, and then you say it ain't deep. Y'all don't even respect me anymore." Kirk, trying to keep the peace, said softly, "Scrap, you family, we ain't trying to tear you down." But Scrappy wasn't buying it. He slammed his hand on the table, saying, "Family, don't throw dirt on your name and smile in your face." Word of the meeting leaked that same night, and fans started demanding the footage be aired in the next season. The producers, realizing the drama could boost ratings, allegedly decided to film a follow-up scene. But by then, Scrappy had already decided he was done. He took to social media again, posting a cryptic message that read, "I'm finished trying to prove my loyalty to fake brothers. Watch how God separate me from the snakes." Fans flooded his comments with support, telling him to move on and protect his peace. But then something unexpected happened. Young Jock responded publicly, saying, "I never said nothing that wasn't true. If the truth hurts, then it is what it is." That one comment reignited the fire. Within hours, Scrappy clapped back, saying Jock had been jealous ever since his solo career fizzled out. "You mad I still get booked," he wrote. "You mad people still screaming my name when I hit the stage?" Jock didn't hold back either. "Booked where?" he replied. "Ain't nobody checking for you unless you fighting or crying about something." It was ugly to grown men who once called each other brothers, now airing every private detail online. Even Kirk tried to step in, posting a message saying, "We too old for this? Real men talk, they don't perform." But at that point, it was too late behind the scenes. Producers began considering dropping Scrappy from the upcoming season entirely. They were worried his temper was becoming a liability. But the fans, they wanted him back more than ever. Petitions started popping up demanding VH1 not cut him, arguing that Scrappy's rawness and honesty were what made the show real in the first place. Meanwhile, rumors spread that Scrappy was planning to sue the nightclub where the fight happened, claiming security didn't protect him when things escalated. Jock reportedly laughed off the lawsuit, telling friends, "He's just trying to spin the narrative." But while everyone else was talking, Scrappy went quiet, deleting old posts, canceling club appearances, and reportedly focusing on his music again. Those close to him said he'd realized how toxic things had become and wanted to redirect his energy. One insider said he was tired of being the villain. He wanted to remind people who he really is. Weeks later, Scrappy dropped a new track called "Real Ones Fade," and fans immediately connected it to Jock and Kirk. The lyrics hit hard. "I broke bread with them dudes. They was snakes in disguise, called me brother to my face, but prayed for my demise." The song blew up online, earning millions of streams overnight. It wasn't just a comeback. It was a statement. And then came the twist no one expected. During an Instagram Live, Jock admitted he missed his brotherhood with Scrappy. "Man, I ain't gonna lie," he said, shaking his head. "We've been through too much to let one night ruin everything." That clip quickly spread, and fans started flooding Scrappy's comments telling him to forgive. Days later, Scrappy broke his silence with a surprising message. "Ain't no beef, just lessons. God showed me who was real and who was temporary." It wasn't exactly reconciliation, but it was a sign of growth. Still, people couldn't forget the footage that started it all. The raw, chaotic fight that exposed how fragile fame and friendship can be. What looked like another wild night in Atlanta turned out to be a mirror of something deeper. How money, pride, and betrayal can destroy even the tightest bonds. Whether they'll ever truly make peace remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, that night in the club will forever be remembered as the moment when Atlanta's brotherhood fell apart under the flashing lights. What happened between Lil, Scrappy, Young Jock, and Kirk wasn't just another love and hip-hop moment. It was real emotion, real betrayal, and a reminder that fame doesn't protect anyone from pain. That viral fight didn't just shake the club. It exposed years of tension, jealousy, and broken loyalty that had been bubbling under the surface for too long. Now everyone's wondering what's next. Will these brothers ever rebuild the trust they once had? Or did that night mark the end of Atlanta's tightest trio for good? With fans picking sides and producers already hinting at new episodes that'll dive deeper into the aftermath. One thing's certain, this story isn't over yet. If you've been following this wild journey, don't miss what happens next. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us who you think was really in the wrong. And stay locked in, because the next chapter of this drama might just flip everything upside down.